40%. Well, today, Republican leaders at the Capitol unveiled their legislative agenda for the start of the 2011 session. One idea they hope to push is a federal repeal amendment. It would give states like Virginia the right to pick and choose which federal laws they'd like applied in Virginia. Well, one Democrat is ready to take that idea a step further. Delegate Scott Surovell today submitted a bill that would give counties and states the right to repeal state law at the local level. Scott Surovell joins us now. Exactly how will this work, Delegate?
Well, the idea is that if if city councils and boards of supervisors representing 2/3 of the population of the state vote to repeal a specific provision of state law within a 2-year period, that would take effect. It would trump whatever the General Assembly and the governor do or what's on the books.
So you're essentially proposing to take away some of your own power with this bill, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's a check on power, and in what Delegate LeMunyon and the Speaker have proposed in their amendment, I think it opens an interesting discussion. I think it's a discussion we ought to have at the state level as to whether or not our power ought to be entirely unchecked when it comes to our ability to order things when it comes to local government.
Are you in the camp that supports the idea of the federal repeal amendment? Do you think it should apply both ways?
Actually, I don't support the federal amendment because I think the federal issues are a little bit different. The federal government deals with national defense, which is something we don't have a lot of expertise in. Additionally, I think congressmen, senators, they get a lot of national security briefings and also top secret briefings on a lot of things that we never even find out about. And I think before we be voting on those kinds of issues, we ought to have access to that kind of information. At the state level, there are no secrets. State and local government have full information about everything. I think we're both in equal position to be able to make decisions about some of those things. So.
Could there still be a scenario, though, where there could be gaps in service that the states provide that perhaps some county government decide that they don't want? Could it leave people behind?
No, I mean, this amendment, it would be so hard to get together 2/3 of the counties to support a specific repeal provision. It would have to be something where the General Assembly really oversteps big time before there's enough, I think, popular will to do this kind of repeal. So it's a very high burden, and I think it would only be rarely invoked.
Is this something you really want to see passed, or you're just trying to make a point?
No, I think it deserves some merit and deserves some discussion. I think the discussion about the federal repeal opens up interesting questions about unchecked power, and I think that's the same thing applies at the state level, and I think we ought to have a discussion about it. Virginia's changed a lot in the last 300 years. And I think that, we have jurisdictions like mine that are bigger than 5 states in Fairfax County. Fairfax County is bigger than 5 states, and I think we ought to have a discussion about whether the powers are balanced correctly or not. But this is a way to make a very small change when it comes to state-local governance.
Well, this could certainly have an interesting group of people that support it. We'll keep a very close eye on it. Delegate, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right.